everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to turn this long button-up shirt into a cute two-piece set. I've been in love with two-piece sets, especially for the summer. I think it looks super cute and super girly, especially with off-the-shoulder tops. I think it's super trendy right now. So I just thrifted this long sleeve shirt from Goodwill and it was $4.99. So the first thing you're going to need are some pins, some scissors, a measuring tape, and some elastic bands. You're going to also need a sewing machine, but if you feel comfortable using a sewing kit or if you want to use fabric glue, you can definitely give that a try, but I definitely recommend a sewing machine just because with this it makes it so much easier and you get that those clean lines and make everything look so professional basically. And I'm no professional, like, I'm just winging this. So the first thing you want to do is cut off the sleeves on the shirt. You can also use a dress shirt, like a men's dress shirt, but I got this one from the girls section and it's only buttoned down halfway, so the bottom half made a perfect skirt. We're gonna save the sleeves for later on because we're gonna make smaller sleeves out of them. So basically what I did is I cut the shirt in half. We are gonna first make the top of the outfit, and I made sure I had enough fabric to make the skirt. I was gonna make shorts, but I thought a skirt would look super cute with the top. Then I just measured out my bust and waist to make the top. I wanted this to be a little bit cropped, so I definitely made it a lot smaller. You can definitely add more fabric if you do not want to show a little bit of skin. And I just kind of marked where I wanted to cut the fabric off. I wanted to use the buttons in this outfit because I thought it looked super cute, so that's what I'm going to do. So when you get the pins the way you want your tube top piece to look like, because that's how we're going to start off with this outfit, and it's kind of like a bandeau. All you want to do is cut off the fabric, and this is kind of how it should look. You're going to also want to measure out how it's going to fit you with a little bit more seam allowance. So I measured out the top and I tried it on to see how it would fit with pins, and I wanted it to be a little bit shorter, so I cut an inch of fabric off from the bottom. I definitely wanted it to lay a little bit higher from my belly button, so it's kind of cropped, and I was gonna make a skirt that kind of rises up higher. Then all you're gonna do is turn the tops inside out and sew the seam closed from the sides as well as the top and bottom. So when I tried it on, it was kind of boxy on me and it fit perfectly around my bust area, but when it came to my waist, or like right underneath my boob, it kind of flared out, so it looked boxy. So what I'm doing is actually pinning the sides and sewing them shut in an angle, so it creates kind of a curve with my body. I was gonna do darts, but it still didn't suit the look that I was going for, so this is what I did, and it created a shape to fit my body type. So definitely play around with it to see how it fits you better. I love how it has buttons because closing it is perfect. It doesn't need any zip or anything, so the buttons work really well. So this is what it looks when I sewed it at an angle. It kind of curves down to my waist and it really hugs my body really nicely. For the sleeves, I just cut off the cuff and then just cut it right where the seam is to make it into a larger fabric. And then basically what I did is I used a shirt that I had, which is actually an off-the-shoulder top. I love the sleeves on that because it's like a perfect length. So I just kind of measured out the same type of measurements and add a little bit of seam allowance. So basically you're just cutting it in half to create two sleeves. And basically what I did was I first folded the sides to create the seams of the sleeves. And then I added an elastic on one side, and then I closed it shut. I wish I had a video doing this. It was just so hard for me to film with my sewing machine, so next time I'll try to find a better angle to do that at. But in the end, they look like sleeves, and using the elastic band really helped tighten it on my shoulders and actually held the shirt together. Then basically all I did was sewed the sleeves to the top, and I only did a little bit on the top to sew it together, just like I show you in the picture. So the first thing I did was measured out my waist with some seam allowance. You definitely want to always add seam allowance when you are cutting fabric. And then from there, I kind of created an angle and put a pin in it and then cut off the excess fabric. I wanted the skirt to be a little bit flared out. I was going to do a circle skirt, but I didn't think I would have enough fabric for it, and it would definitely be a lot shorter on me, so doing it this way I thought looked really cute. So I just cut at an angle the excess fabric where it stops right on the corner of the seam. So the next thing I did was actually cut off the bottom of the skirt, because the size on the front was actually perfect, but in the back it was a little bit longer, and I thought it kind of looked funny. So what I did was basically just cut off that excess fabric, and I just folded the skirt in half and kind of measured out how much seam allowance I needed, and kind of just eyeballed it basically. You know, I'm not a professional, so I just honestly winged this whole thing, and I just cut off the excess fabric. And then what I'm basically going to do is actually sew it in that shape, which is kind of curved, so it looks exactly like the front seam. So once that's sewed, I wanted to work on the seams, the side seams. So basically what I did was pinned the skirt on both sides and ran it through my sewing machine, and then I also sewed the top of the skirt so it closes off, so we have a clean straight line. So the skirt is definitely a lot tighter than I wanted, and I couldn't put it on from my hips, so I added a zipper, or you could add buttons. It's totally up to you. It's definitely self-preference. So what I did was cut in the middle. So what I did was cut from the middle of the skirt from the back, and I just folded in half and found the middle that way, and I kind of cut it a little halfway, enough where the zipper kind of measures out. I definitely would recommend using a no-show zipper, but I didn't have one, and this zipper is kind of a beige color. I would have definitely used a white zipper, but I just winged this whole thing honestly, so it still looked perfect to me, so I don't mind it at all. But I definitely would have used a no-show zipper, and I would have definitely used it in white. So I'm just basically just cutting it straight down the middle, halfway. Then I'm just adding the zipper and then sewing the seams, folding the seams and sewing it shut. I would definitely recommend watching a zipper video, because I'm not great at it and I just kind of did it. I'm not so great at explaining, but that's basically what I did. And then I just actually created a seam down the skirt in the back, in the middle, right where the zipper is, and kind of folded it and then sewed it, just like I show you in this video, if you can kind of see, just so it looked more flattering and it kind of blended with the zipper. And then it creates this cute off-the-shoulder top. I love it so much. I think it's super cute. I love this whole outfit. I think it is adorable, super girly, and perfect for the summertime. Definitely also for the spring. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you guys love these type of videos that I do. And don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys all so much, and I can't wait to see you guys next video. Bye!